Hi friends, now let us take up the training session 4 in our OCAJP Feel Good web series. As usual, first I explain the contents, thereafter I explain every concept in detail. The first one is understanding object and object reference. This is very core concept because we are studying one of the true object oriented programming languages, that is Java. That's why you must have clear 100% understanding over object and object reference. If you don't understand this properly, then without logic you have to work in many cases. One time you have to understand it thoroughly, and apart from that, in most interviews and job oriented exam, this is asked. That's why you have to understand it thoroughly, and through real life examples and behind scenes also I explain, and you focus on that. Second one is using default constructor. In the previous training session I explained about constructors. I told you there are some variants for constructors. Default constructor is one of the variant. Default constructor means we don't define our constructor. System provides a constructor, invisible constructor, that is system defined default constructor. If you want to user defined default constructor also, in certain situations we can define. That is second concept. Third concept is initializing any number of objects. Actually, by using one class, any number of n number of objects we can create. It is like you know that quarters, railway quarters or some other quarters. All quarters are alike only. One blueprint is there. Using that blueprint, 100 quarters or 1000 quarters may be constructed. So in the similar manner, one class is defined, then similar type of objects, n number of objects, whatever are required for us, that many number of objects we can create. So whenever objects are created, we have to initialize them. Without initializing, we cannot use them. So initializing any number of objects we must know practically. Thereafter, program without using constructor, that also we have to understand. Here one thing I am telling you, whatever are the possible options, everything you must learn, because you are going to write OCJP certification examination. As I told you many times already, nothing is important, nothing is unimportant. All are equally important. That point you have to understand. That's why all possible options of a concept, all that we have to understand. Understanding command line arguments. Command line arguments is somewhat a different concept. Using command line arguments, we can give inputs to a program. So this is a little tough concept. Why I am telling it is a tough concept, comparatively with other concepts, you may feel it is a little tough. However, once you work out 2-3 programs on that, nothing is tough. Initially, suppose if you are traveling on a road, sometimes it is smooth, sometimes it is up, sometimes it is down and all that. So you don't expect that all concepts are equally developed. So some concepts are easy, some concepts are difficult. Okay, command line argument, no doubt it is somewhat different and difficult concept, but once you work out a few programs on that, it will become routine. So here I explain. Thereafter, parsing methods. Parsing means changing. And here, in order to use command line arguments for certain programs, you have to use these parsing methods, and that I am going to explain to you. And program to use, actually, as I told you, theoretically whatever I may explain, you may not grasp it fully. You may feel that you understood, but whenever you have to write programs, all doubts will come. That's why whatever concept I explain here, one or more demo programs I give, then only you can understand them practically and own them. Once again, I remind you, hands-on approach. If you feel something is very easy also, without writing on your own, then don't come to a conclusion that is easy concept.